I am live. I am here. I am here. I am here. I am here. I am a few minutes late because Queen Talk Wednesday actually starts at 8 o'clock. So tonight I am just finishing up my Success Season Workshop Day number 2. And the ladies got so involved and engrossed in the conversation and all of the tips that we've been talking about, making the money that with the business and the visions, that we went a little over. For those who do not know who I am Dr. Conti, and I am super excited to be here with you all today. This is the second week series of Queen Talk Wednesdays, WINS, for winning. And I want you, as you're coming on, we want to talk about your wins. Your wins. I want to salute you and celebrate you and encourage you to keep winning. And I am glad to be here. I love to live my purpose, and I'm so glad I get to live my purpose every day. My superpower is helping you and empowering you to be super. So, in order for you to be super, I want you to know exactly how great you are. So, Queen Talk Wednesdays are for my queens. Yes, I know, guys. I know we got some kings out there. Salute to all of the amazing kings that are out there. But I want to make sure that my queens are taken care of and they are attracting those that recognize they are the prize. And that is my subtitle of my book, Sis to Sis, It's Time to Queen Up. Sis to Sis, It's Time to Queen Up. I'll put that up right there. And the subtitle is The Principles to Attract Those That Recognize You Are the Prize. Queen Up Principles to attract those that recognize you are the prize. We had an amazing talk last week. And we talked about the only way you can help others to recognize you are the prize is by you knowing that you're the prize yourself, by you being the prize, by you queening up and walking in your queendom, your royal attributes. Let me know that you're watching. Say hello, hello, hello to me. And I'm going to get started. If you come on later, please be, cordial. When you come in somebody's house, you're supposed to speak. Please be cordial and speak to me. Tell me where you are hailing from. This is a participatory Wednesday night. Tell me, what are your wins? What are your wins? You know, I coach women and counsel women, and I am constantly helping them to be able to be okay and comfortable with tooting your own horn. All right? Giving yourself credit where credit is due. So many times we are waiting for somebody else to say, way to go, girl, give you a pat on the back, attaboy. But it's okay for you to give yourself credit where credit is due. And it's okay, because if you aren't comfortable with talking about your wins and who you are and where you've come from and how successful you've become and what caused that success, and be able to comfortably talk about it, how are you going to be able to attract the people that you want to do business with you? I'm not going to do business with somebody who can't even tell me about them and what they do and why should I be doing business with you? Also, how are you going to attract a man that's healthy and a high caliber or quality type of a man if you are uncomfortable with showing how high quality of a woman that you are? So we're going to talk about queening up, sis to sis. It's time to queen up. So I look forward to hearing your wins, reading about your wins. So if you're on during the time that I'm going to be on sharing with you, please tell me your wins. If you come on later, if you watch the replay, tell me your wins. Again, for those who do not know who I am, I'm Dr. Conti Terrell. I am a coach, a counselor, a speaker, an author. I publish books. I'm a publisher, and I get to live my life every day helping you become successful in whatever it is that God has called you to do. As I said, my superpower is empowering other people to be super. It is a calling, it is a gift, and it's an anointing, and it's allowed me to walk in my purpose and see so many women change their lives, move past success blocking fears, and really achieve the lifestyle that they want. And so I want to start today by talking to you about queening up. All right, so it's hard to be a queen and act like a queen if you don't know. It's important to know what queens are like or what they do. If you want to be treated like a queen, Steve Harvey says, act like a lady and think like a man. I say, act like a queen and settle for nothing less than a king. All right. And even I was just talking to my success season workshop group tonight, right before you all, which is the reason why I'm a little bit late. I was telling them, you have to know your ideal client. Even as a queen who's running her own business, everybody it's okay to walk away from people. You don't have to settle for people that are not your ideal client, people who can't commit. You just keep giving them time after time and they can't commit, or you just keep showing up and they're not showing up, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Or you come in with all these great services, all these great intellectual properties, all these great ideas, and they want to talk you out of what you're worth. They want to talk you down on the money that your service is worth. So I want you to, in order, again, to be recognized as the prize in business or in relationships, you have to recognize that you are the prize. So I want to talk a little bit about getting your ideal client, starting to have people that come into your life, whether you're a coach, whether you're a speaker, whether you're a trainer. You want to have people that's going to come into your life that are teachable, that are committed, that are focused, that are decisive, all of those things. Because if not, you're wasting your time. And if we continue to waste time or allow other people to waste our time, what are you saying? You are saying to them, you are not the prize. All right. And so what we're talking about today is Queen Talk Wednesdays, how to get others to recognize you are the prize in business and in relationships. But first, it's very, 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 very important that you recognize you are the prize. Come on, queens. It's time to be treated like the queen in business and in personal relationships. So there are 10 important attributes of a queen. And I want to talk about those really quick. This is all coming out of my Sister Sis It's Time to Queen Up book. You can purchase this book on anywhere that books are sold, on Amazon. You can purchase it on my website. You can inbox me. You can hear, and I have just had a huge shipment to come in because everybody has been wanting it. And so I've been autographing books and sending them out. So inbox me or right here in the chat to get your copy, and I will contact you, and I will definitely get you an autographed copy. All right. It's also, I'm super excited. The forward is by R.C. Blakes Jr. If you don't know who he is, you want to Google him. He has the Queenology series and concept of helping women also understand that you're worthy and, you're a queen and you deserve that king. And also, I'm super excited because this book has something for everybody, not just singles. Sisters, it's time to queen up, even in marriages. I have done so many couples counseling sessions, and I'm sorry. I look at some of the women and I'm thinking, oh my God, to myself, it's time to queen up. There are women who have really great men, and they don't know how to care for a king. And so I asked Bishop R.C. Blake's wife, the lovely Lisa Blake's, to do a chapter in the book on how to care for a king. And so there's a chapter in here. So if you have a king, let's talk about being the queen that they deserve. And if you want to have a king, let's talk about knowing how to actually be the queen or that king. Because also, as someone who counseled women for almost 30 years who came out of toxic relationships, women who have come out of toxic relationships, you don't know how to have a healthy relationship, and you don't know how to be how to enjoy having a healthy person or a king in your life. And I always say you can have someone that's the king and healthy, but if you're not accustomed to being around healthy relationships, you'll run them off. It seems like they're boring, and it's not fun, and it's so dry because you're used to the drama and the chaos and all of the ups and the downs and walking on eggshells and pushing and pulling and happy today and crying tomorrow and making love tonight and then mad this afternoon. Oh my gosh. And that is so unhealthy. That when you get somebody healthy and it's peaceful and it's calm and you have a disagreement and you're not throwing things and they're not being, disrespecting you, it's like, what is that? So, all right. So 10 important attributes of a queen. Queen up and be strong and carry yourself with dignity. Carry yourself with dignity. I talked last week about the word sexy. I used to hate that word because people have been saying I was sexy from the age 15 years old. And I thought that was just like the grossest thing to me for somebody to say I was sexy. And so what I would wonder is like, what am I doing? Am I wearing something that's, revealing, and I wasn't. And I had to learn that sexy and sex appeal is just like confidence. And it's the confidence is the sexiest thing you can have. And so what they saw was the confidence. What they saw was the dignity, the way I carried myself, the body language. So sex appeal and sexy has nothing to do with having all your cleavage out. I'm covered all up today. It has nothing to do with having all your cleavage out, having on, all the booty shorts out, booty shorts on and all your butt out. It has nothing to do with that. Now, can you look sexy in that? I guess you can, but you don't have to dress or undress to be sexy. All right. So carrying yourself with dignity is a very important attribute of having people to recognize you are the prize. People who want to do business with you, people who want to hire you, support you in your vision and your business. People who want to, oftentimes people have the misconception of strength, thinking that if you are a strong woman, you can't be afraid of anything. And so that is not true as well. We talk about having dignity and being strong, but that doesn't mean so many of us queens, we try to be super women. We try to do everything for everybody. But on the contrary, my mother, I consider her as a very strong woman. And I can pretty much count on one hand the times that I've seen her cry. But that doesn't make you not a strong woman if you cry. All right. But what I do know about her is that her faith and her determination to succeed and how she raised and provided for her four girls who grew up to be an accountant and an engineer and 2 doctors show her strength and her character and her dignity. All right. So we're talking about how to queen up sister. I'm just touching bases. That's a whole 3 or 4 pages on that. I also want to talk about the next one is queen up and always be aware of what's going on. I can't tell you how many times I've had clients that were married and had no idea what was going on in their household. Say hello to me. Let me know you're watching this Queen Up Wednesday with Dr. Conti. I am using my superpower to encourage you to be super, super in everything that you do. And listen, if you're watching, say hello to me. Let me know where you're watching from. Tell me what are some of your wins? What have you been super in this week? All right. I know you've had some super successes. I was on the Channel 2 today talking about, they're doing a special next week. And so I was interviewed talking about the actual uh, enormous amount of African American women who are being killed by domestic violence. And so that is such a sad thing. And so definitely want to help women to clean up who are dealing with abuse. But there's so many women who are not dealing with any abuse. They still need to clean up. Clean up. Let's have some clean talk. If I step on your toes, just say ouch. It's okay. I always say self-discovery is the best recovery. So the more that you discover about yourself, the better you can become and recover from that thing that's not allowing you to attract the life that you want, the business that you want, the clients that you want, the partners that you want, the friends that you want, all right? The opportunities that you want. So say hello to me. Let me know you're watching. So queen up and always be aware of what's going on. Queens don't play the denial game. Ooh, stop acting like y'all don't see stuff that's going on. All right. They are honest with themselves and they may not say anything, but they know. It's a difference in not saying something and sitting back and watching and playing your cards because you are observing the situation, as opposed to the situation is happening blatantly in front of your eyes and you just acting like it is not there. Come on, come on, come on. It's time to clean up. It's time to clean up. All right. Also, I wrote, queens are smart enough not to trust someone else with total control. You know, I have had women who have gone through divorces and after the divorce, they realized they thought they had money saved. There was no money saved. They end up, things that they thought was one way was not that way. Because they gave total control, didn't know, what was happening. I love a man being a man. I'm being a king and walking in his priesthood and taking care of business and all those things. But it doesn't mean that you don't have to be aware and that you can't be a part of the decision making and a part of the things that are going on in the household. Although it's okay to be the be in a household with the finances taken care of by one partner, don't be oblivious to what is going on right beneath your nose. All right. So these are just some things what I'm talking about: cleaning up and becoming, the person that you are called to be. All right. Cleaning up. How they get others to recognize you are the prize, whether it's in business, whether it's in personal relationships, whether it's in your marriage. All right. The other one I want to talk about is clean up and stop worrying about what others think. Stop worrying about what others think. So many people miss out on what is meant for them because they are afraid to go after it. Because so many of my coaching clients, I hear, I'm afraid I'm gonna fail. I'm afraid of what people are going to say. I'm afraid of what people are going to think if it doesn't work out. Who cares? I tell people all the time, most people don't really know when things don't work out for you, but you. But they're not really caring about that. What they're caring about is when you're succeeding. That's when they want to be your friend. That's when they want to show up. That's when they want to support what you're doing. They are more aware of when you're being successful than when when things aren't working out for you. And I always say, what is this failure thing? There is no failure. You already won because you tried. My mother used to tell us There's one thing you cannot do in this house, and that's not try. So in other words, you can fail over and over and over again, because at least you tried. And if you tried, then you haven't failed. So, stop worrying. Queen up. A part of queening up is not being concerned about what other people think. Queens could care less what others think. What others think about you is what? Their problem. Queens let other people worry about trivial stuff such as the family, the friends, the publicists, other people. Let everybody else worry about that. You're the queen. You don't have to worry about those things. If you're watching, say hello to me. Let me know that you are watching. Share, share, share. Sharing is caring. This is some powerful information and nuggets that I'm going to be dropping today. So don't hog it all up to yourself. Have a conversation with me. Let's talk about it, because we've all been here. Some are still here. Some are, I tell people I have women that are all spectrums, from they got it and they work through the issues and they got it down pat. Nobody's perfect. And then I got people who are like, oh Lord, help me, Jesus. I need to turn this thing around. And they're sick of not being able to accomplish the things that they want to accomplish, have the people in their life that they want to have, be respected for the talents and the gifts that they have, be loved for the good person that they are. And so these are some things that need to happen to help that happen for you. All right. So not worrying about what people think is one of them. The other one I talk about is queen up and don't let your emotions dictate their actions. Queens don't let their emotions dictate their actions. So many times it says, I have noticed that queens don't show negative emotions. It's very little very little emotions at all. Imagine Queen Elizabeth, Miss USA, or even Miss America caught on TMZ, running down the street, throwing rocks at cars, being mad and upset at a person, slicing holes in tires. I pulled up, I talk about this in this book. I pulled up into in my building, and there was a beautiful SUV. I can't even remember what it was. A luxury SUV. This car had the windows. So when I couldn't tell from the front, but I parked on the side of it. And when I got out of my car, it had the passenger side window broken out, the passenger side window in the back broken out, the back tire slashed, front tire slashed. So now I'm like, OMG, what in the world is going on? So I walk around the truck, the SUV, and the big back trunk window, big window, knocked out. I'm walking around a little more. The other side back passenger window knocked out. And I don't know if they just ran out of tire slash. I don't know if they just ran out of strength or energy, or that driver's side window is made out of something different. But you can tell they tried to knock it out, but it just wasn't. It was cracked in, but it wouldn't knock out. So I'm like, this person, hey, how you doing? I walked away 5 years ago and found out that consequences of not being involved in the harsh consequences, yes, of not being involved in the finances, because I trusted him. Not again. Kudos. That's what I'm talking about. Queens, queen up. Sis, we got a queen. You can't just totally trust. It's okay to trust, but you have to be in the know. You have to still be in the know. I get so many different situations, and I just want to. That's why I wrote this book. This book is the best book. This is my 8th book, and it's the best work I've ever done. But it was because, okay, I was just cringing, like, I gotta help in some way. We just can't keep going out like this, queens. We have to queen up. But thank you so much, Pat, for sharing that. Because other women need to hear it. Other sisters need to know that you are not by yourself. You love your mate, you love your partner, you love your husband, you love your man, and you trust them, and you just put everything in their hands. But it's time to queen up. All right. And so back to queens, don't let their emotions dictate their actions. When I saw that truck, I knew I don't know what brother man did, because I know it had to be a woman that did that. I'm almost sure it was a woman that did that. So I can imagine that, something happened that was devastating to her, and she lost it. Maybe he cheated, maybe he lied, who knows? It could be a whole bunch of things. But I wish I could have talked to her before she allowed her actions, her emotions to dictate her actions. So, yes, we're going to get hurt. Yes, there are going to be things that happen, but it's time to queen up. It's time to say, look, you know what? Okay, you've just lost me. Take all that energy and move around. Kick rocks, go. Don't keep allowing yourself to be in a situation where your emotions are triggered, where your emotions are, in upheaval all the time. In my first book, Deliverance to a Fresh Spirit, I wrote something that Nelson Mandela said in an interview with Oprah Winfrey. Never let your emotions overrule your mind. I have women say, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what I did, Dr. Conte. I feel so bad. I feel so embarrassed. I feel so ashamed. After the fact. After the fact. You're better than that. Queen, stop lending negative emotions to any situation. All right. So I was listening to the radio the other day. This is what I wrote. And I heard a woman explaining to DJ Mad Hatter, who I love. I've interviewed with him several times myself, on how she got into a public physical fight in front of her kids with a woman at a Houston zoo over a parking spot. Over a parking spot. She stated that the video ended up going viral on the internet. That's the other thing. Somebody is going to be out there. Somebody's going to be out there with a camera on you. You're in live camera, social media, lifestyle now. Somebody is going to catch you acting a fool. And then guess what? They're going to put it on live, and hers went viral. And what if that person that you're interviewing for a job sees that? You got the job. And then all of a sudden they call you and they want to retract the offer because they saw some kind of behavior, because you don't let your emotions go all over the place. And now you have caused yourself to lose a 6-figure job or whatever. We got to have better control of our emotions, queens. It's time to queen up. I was once at it was a Sprint store before Sprint became T-Mobile. And this woman was, and for those who are doing the 12 months to a better you, you know that I talk a lot about this month, and showing love because it's Valentine and, February and sweetheart. I talk about showing love and building relationships and all of those different things. And so, and how you respond to people, how you react to people, and you're supposed to put an S every day, because in that book I'm challenging you to do something every day to be your better self. And so you're supposed to put an S if you're successful at accomplishing, having a good rapport with people and doing something great in a relational way, and a D if you were defeated. So I want to go back to a story when I was in it was Sprint at the time. And so I don't know what was going on with the customer service, but the line was long. And that person had an attitude. They were mad, and everybody that got up to the line with the person, they was almost like egging them on and having an argument and like, well, why are you taking so long? And I mean, it was bad. It was bad. And I was mad too, because I was like, I don't know what's going on up there, but this is ridiculous. But when I got up there, I don't know, I was just real nice to the person. I think I just felt sorry for him. I think I felt like, okay, my gosh, everybody else done lit into to him. I'll just go, can you get, take my ticket, take my number, put me up, call me up when y'all ready to fix my phone. And so I was just myself at the time and being polite and sat on down. And boy, am I glad that I did, because there have been times that I had not had control over my emotions. And I call her Connie, my nickname. And Connie came out. Well, I was so thankful Connie didn't come out that day, because I went and sat down. And a lady came over to me and she says, hi. And I said, hi, how are you? She said, are you Dr. Conti Terrell? I said, hi, yes, I am. And she says, oh, I'm so glad to meet you in person. I literally was in the congregation about 3 weeks ago, and you preached at Pastor Greg's church. And I'm going, oh my gosh. So you never know who's watching you. You was at Pastor Patrick's church, Gregory Patrick, and you preached, and oh, it was such an amazing service, and oh, you just tore the house up, and oh, I was so inspired by you, and oh, so can you imagine if I had cursed this person out or was ugly or nasty, what this woman would have said? Somebody who just saw me 3 weeks ago on a pulpit talking about, whatever I was preaching about that day. So we never know who is watching us. And it's time to not allow our emotions to be in a place or a space that we're constantly being triggered and arguing and cursing. Can you imagine what this lady's children felt like when that video went viral of her fighting a woman at the zoo? How embarrassing that could have been. All right. The fifth one, and I'm going to stop at 5 and give you. We'll pick up the next 5 next week, because this is a lot of great juicy information for learning to win, getting recognized as a prize in business and in relationships, living that royal queenly life that you deserve, but shedding some things that you don't need to continue to allow in your life. I ask my coaching clients, why do you think a snake shed its skin 4 to 12 times a year? And the answer is because it outgrows it. And so a snake's skin doesn't grow when he grows. So it has to come out of the whole shell of skin, and it grows more skin. But if a snake sheds its skin, something that it has outgrown 4 to 12 times a year, how often should you shed your skin of things that you should have outgrown? It's time to outgrow some things. It's time to shed some skin on some things, some behaviors, some hobbies, some habits. All right. All right. Number 5, clean up and choose your friends, your mates, and those who are close to you wisely. Queens, we have to clean up. Everybody don't need to be your friend. Everybody don't need to be in your front row. Everybody don't even need to be in your audience, let alone on your front row. You have to start shedding season. That's right, Pat. It becomes a shedding season, because for you to be in your success season, like I tell my client, my coaching client, you got to shed some things. You gotta change some things around. You gotta change some people in your life. If you can't, I always say, if you can't change the people around you, change the people around you. So choose your friends, your mates, and the people that are close to you wisely. When I think about this, I think about that poor young girl who the story recently was about, her and her friends celebrating her birthday, and they jumped her and killed her. That's not, if that's a friends, I don't need enemies. As I referenced earlier in this chapter, queens carefully choose their front row people. What I mean by that is everyone in your audience does not deserve to be on your front row or in the VIP section. We start putting folks up close and personal in our VIP section of our lives, our private lives, that don't deserve to be there. And then the next thing you know, they're talking about you and telling your most intimate details and private life to somebody else, probably your worst enemy, because you didn't choose your friends and the person that you put in your audience and on your front row and on your VIP list. You didn't choose them wisely. Time to queen up. It's Queen Talk tonight. This is Queen Talk Wednesday. Set your clock, set your alarms. I am using StreamYard. Usually, when I go on without StreamYard, of course, Facebook algorithm let more people know that I'm on. But I want to use StreamYard because I get to do StreamYard. I get to do three platforms at one time. So I am on my YouTube. I am on my Facebook page, personal and business. All right. So just set your alarms. I'm going to be here every Wednesday, preferably at 8 o'clock is the plan. Today I was about 8:15 because I had a success season workshop. So, it's just sad when we have that situation. Was sad about that lady, that young girl who had birthday, and these people. I don't even know what could have happened for that situation to have gotten to that situation. But what I do know is that she did not choose her friends and her people in her close circle wisely. I have several good friends, and there's nothing greater than good friends and good sisterhood. I have 4 of which have been besties since 8th grade and since elementary school. I have over 40 years, 2 friends that we've been friends over 40 years. So I have friends that are tried and true. But you have to vet people. You have to vet people. Why are they so thirsty to be in your circle? Why are they so thirsty to be your friend? I tell people all the time, I don't need no new friends. I welcome them if it happens, but it's not something I'm out there looking for. I've got some friends, and sometimes women, you don't need all those friends. Because those sometimes, if we're not vetting them wisely, that's the people that's stabbing you in the back. That's the people that's talking behind you because they're jealous of your success. That might be the person that's after your king. All right, so it's time to queen up. One of my other questions that I ask my clients is, who are you flocking with? Who are you flocking with? Because the saying, birds of a feather flock together. Who are you flocking with? I'm flocking with millionaires and billionaires because I flock with people in the arena of where I want to be and where I am and where I'm going. Who are you flocking with? You are the sum total of the 5 closest people around you. So who are those 5 people that are around you? Are you the sharpest tool in the box of those 5 people? Are you the most financially affluent person in your group? So who are you flocking with? It's time to start looking at your circle. And so I encourage you to start flocking with people who are supportive to you, who pour into you, who you can count on them when times that you need them. You know what I'm saying? When your time of need, that person is there for you. Who are you flocking with? Are you the one pouring into all of them, encouraging and supporting them, loaning them money, solving their problems? Giving you something to think about. Giving you nuggets to think about. Carefully choose those in your audience. People are associates, and those people and the people that you associate with. Whether you're doing business, whether it's acquaintance, you want to be extra careful with the people that you allow in your audience. Queens don't just invite the whole everybody in. Queens ain't trying to be friends with everybody. I just met her. Oh, she's so cool, girl. That's my new bestie. What? That ain't your new bestie. All right. So it's time to queen up. Tell me what's your wins. It is shedding season. All of those good things. Set your clocks, your alarms, what have you. When your notifications when I am on live, all of those things, because we are queening up. We are going to be recognized as the prize that you are, the queens that you are. And I'm excited about walking you through it. All right. Y'all be blessed. If you want the book, Sister Sis, it's time to queen up. You can purchase it off my website. I'm going to put it right here. drcontespeaks.com. You can let me know that you want it in this chat. I will be glad to send you an autographed copy. You can inbox me. It's also on Amazon. It's also in Barnes and Nobles and everywhere books are sold. So if you're watching later, say hello. Tell me where you're hailing from. Give me your wins. I think that's a win. That's a win, Pat, that you walked away from a 5-year situation. Yeah, you found out later that things that weren't the way you thought they were, but your win is that you walked away from it. Because obviously it wasn't definitely where a queen should have been. And he definitely wasn't being the king that you need. All right. All right. So kudos again to everybody. I'm Dr. Conti Terrell. I can't wait to see you next week on Queen Talk Wednesday. All right. Y'all be good. Share, share, share. You are welcome. I always enjoy you speaking wisdom. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Talk to you soon. Invite some friends next week. Bye-bye.